In a small village, where the river bent like a smile, and the houses had red clay walls, there lived a boy named Dhol. Dhol was a quiet boy. He spoke softly. He walked softly. He even ate softly, taking small bites of his roti without a sound. The other children called him the mouse, because he was so gentle and still. One evening, Dhol found something in his grandfather's old storeroom. It was dusty and round, tucked behind clay pots and folded blankets. A drum. An old, beautiful drum with a wooden body and a stretched leather top, held tight by woven rope. Dhol carried it outside. He set it on the ground near the banyan tree. He looked at it. The drum looked back, patient and waiting. Dhol lifted one finger and tapped the drum's surface. Just one gentle tap. A soft, warm sound hummed through the air. Dhol felt it in his fingertip. He felt it in his palm. The leather was vibrating, trembling so fast he could barely see it, but he could feel it buzzing against his skin. "Oh," he whispered. He tapped again, a little harder this time. Thumb. The sound was fuller now, deeper. The leather shook more. He placed his whole hand flat on the drum and felt the vibration travel up his arm. A sparrow on the banyan tree cocked its head. A dog sleeping by the wall lifted one ear. Dhol smiled. He raised both hands and struck the drum with his palms. Thump-thump. The sound was big now. It rolled across the ground like a wave. The leaves on the banyan tree shivered. A clay pot on the wall rattled. The dog jumped up and barked. Dhol laughed. He hit the drum again. Boom. And again. Boom, boom. The sound spread outward in every direction, like ripples in a pond when you throw a stone. It rolled down the lane, around the corner, past the well, and all the way to the far end of the village. Doors opened. Faces peeked out. Children came running. "What is that sound?" asked little Mira from next door. "Where is it coming from?" asked Ravi, rubbing his eyes. Even old Biji, the village elder, came out of her house, leaning on her cane. She walked slowly to the banyan tree, where Dhol sat with the drum between his knees, his hands still resting on the trembling leather. "Ah," Biji said, sitting down on the stone bench, "you found your grandfather's drum." "Biji, how does it make such a big sound?" Dhol asked. "I only hit it with my hands." Biji smiled. She picked up a small pebble and dropped it into the water pot near the tree. Plop. Tiny ripples spread outward in circles, growing wider and wider, until they touched the edges of the pot. "See those ripples?" Biji said. "Sound works the same way. When you hit the drum, the leather shakes back and forth very fast. We call that vibrating. The vibrating leather pushes the air around it. That push travels through the air in waves, invisible ripples, just like the water. When those ripples reach your ears turn them into sound. So sound is air. Wiggling?" Dhol asked. "Yes," Biji laughed. "Air wiggling. A soft tap makes small wiggles, and you hear a quiet sound. A hard hit makes big wiggles, and you hear a loud sound. The bigger the vibration, the louder the boom." Dhol looked at his hands. "So when I tap gently," he tapped. "The air wiggles a little, and when I hit hard, boom. The air wiggles a lot, and everything that makes sound vibrates," Biji said. "Pluck a guitar string, it vibrates. Blow a flute, The air inside vibrates. Speak. Your throat vibrates. Put your hand here. Dhol touched his throat and hummed. He felt the buzzing under his fingers. I can feel it, he said. The children gathered around. Mira tapped a clay pot with a spoon. Ting. Ravi blew across the top of a bottle. Whoo! Little Preeti clapped her hands. Clap, clap, clap. Each sound was different, but each one came from something vibrating. The whole world is humming, Dhol said softly. Biji nodded. And you woke the whole village with just your 2 hands and a drum. Remember that, Dhol. Even small actions can travel far. A gentle tap or a loud boom. Every vibration you send into the world reaches someone. The sun had set now. The sky was orange and pink. One by one, the children went home. Biji patted Dhol's head and walked back to her house. Dhol sat alone under the banyan tree with the drum in his lap. He tapped it one last time, a soft, gentle hum. The sound drifted into the evening air and melted into the song of the crickets. He carried the drum inside, set it by his bed, and lay down. The night was warm and still. Through the window, he could hear the river murmuring, the breeze rustling, the world vibrating softly all around him. Good night, drum, he whispered. And somewhere in the quiet night, the air wiggled just enough to carry his words into his dreams.